we have audio. All right, YouTubes. Hopefully, you should be able to hear us pretty good. We did some adjustments on the settings. I think we are good. Now they're not quite hitting the levels that they were when we were.
Why?
See?
Why is that?
I have no idea, and it drives me nuts.
We need our own studio.
Robert was literally standing there with me, working with me, helping me out.
We need our own studio.
That's your first problem.
Yeah, we need like a full-time person that just sits there and does audio 2 hours a week.
Sounds good to me,
Yeah,
Poser
no,
Dave
just
says.
kidding. Oh, sounds good. Good.
Skylar says, sounds good.
Oh, good.
So far, so good. Audio is good. Yay.
It is good when the audio is good. Maybe we were just talking really loud when we were testing. Testing!
You were talking really loud when
I
we
do
were
talk
testing.
loud, yes. All right, guys. So we are here for another Disc Golf Answer Man, episode 266. We are getting things set up for the audio portion. We should be good on YouTube. We got lots of things to talk about, lots of questions. We got Speakpipe figured out, so we're going to get some Speakpipe.
We think we did.
Ooh, we got some.
Well, at least we did during the testing.
We got some focus issues on our camera. Can we get that sorted?
I think Danny's going to come
Thank
to
you,
the
sir.
rescue. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Danny Lindahl. He has 20,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel.
Yep.
If you're not subscribed, go to YouTube and search Danny Lindahl, right? Just Danny Lindahl? Yep. Yeah, Landahl. And
yes. Would you also lift ours up the smallest amount?
That's too much.
Oh, did you zoom in on me? It didn't show it. It hasn't shown
they
yet.
are way out of focus.
Okay. Will you scoot this way just a little bit? The smallest amount.
Okay, now I got to fix the split screen.
No.
No.
He's in the middle of it now.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Would you say
I guess it was this.
4.2 meters away from the camera?
Yeah, this is about 4.2 meters.
4.2. Okay, got it.
Actually,
Whoa.
definitely not 4.2
That looks
meters.
good.
Oh, that's what he was saying earlier. The All Glasses crew. Robert's a little loud. Okay, thank you, Marcus.
That's because he's talking loud. No, that's not going to adjust it for them, right? Didn't we set it up? Oh, it is? Okay. I can't remember.
How about now, Marcus, compared to everybody else?
Everybody.
So.
Oh, we need... Uh-oh.
What?
Hey, Danny. Sir? So, would you bring our heads in line with Bobby said? Okay. Thanks. I probably said down, but I meant up. Whatever. I'm sorry.
How's that?
Hold on. It's going to take a minute to get...
Bobby can see. Can't you see on Sling?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, see what? I think it looks better.
Our heads are level across the board.
It's pretty level. Yeah, that's.
I don't
good
want
right there.
pretty level. I want exactly level.
Well, then you need to come in here 30 minutes before. And
I was in here 30
that's
minutes
true.
before.
Of course, we all weren't in here. So,
Thanks,
all right,
Danny.
guys, we are good. This is where we got it. We are good to go. Welcome to another YouTube Disc Golf Answer Man. What do you say we just jump right into it?
Are we going to? I mean, we're not even at 2 o'clock yet.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Does
we
that
told
matter?
people at 2 o'clock. Well, it says 2 o'clock, but
Oh.
it should have
Well,
told
it's
them.
for the audio.
That's just true.
I mean,
We told people 2 o'clock, and it told it 5 minutes ago that we were live. So people will start trickling in. Trickle. Let's see. So we can.
I
get
said
right
that we
into
were
it.
going live at 2 o'clock.
You did.
Yes, I did.
you, my friend, are a liar.
We are going to make you
So I need to do this.
a liar.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Am I now more
Oh,
centered?
the lights right on the Disc Wars.
Yeah, it is. That's too bad.
I had a couple people when we did
He's
that.
shooting
I
that
saw the
into the
Rescos
light.
With the Resco update.
Oh,
saw
where
people
people were
ask
asking
about
about
it.
it? Yeah. You see what's right behind you?
Yeah, I do. I see it. I kind of see it. I mean,
Yeah, right.
not really. But
E-macaroni.
The ice mac. All right. Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. I am Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze.
So,
And I have with me Eric.
hi.
He's about to head out forever. McCall, well, not forever. McCabe. I did
You
it
almost
again.
called me McCall.
Forever?
No, not forever. For a long time, though.
Forever.
And then Robert, he's a throner now. McCall.
He's 3 episodes.
I don't want to be called a throner.
That's why
You
I
don't
didn't watch.
You don't want to be called a
No,
throner.
that's why I'm not watching.
No.
What do you call Game of Thrones people? Thronies?
I think you just call them people.
People. Okay. Robert is 3 episodes into Game of Thrones, and so he is hooked already. Well, I don't know if he's hooked, but
It is. So far, it's been very good. I've enjoyed the episodes that I've watched. You can tell it's about to get wild.
It's about to get wild.
Yeah, which I'm excited about.
Wait till.
No. I mean, you just okay.
Wait till this happens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody else.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Well, yeah, but
There's so many times.
a certain thing has happened that you know is going to precipitate many other things. A person who they thought was dead who is not dead.
Oh yeah.
That person is now awake, doesn't currently remember anything, but you know that he's going to.
Right.
Or you can sense that he's going to.
Sure.
And then it's about to get wild.
So many lines. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I want to look at Robert and say, you don't understand all the foreshadowing they just said with that one sentence. So.
Well, yeah, I don't understand it because I haven't seen it before.
I know. Anyway,
How dare you say I'm so stupid like that?
No,
buddy?
I'm not saying you're stupid.
I recognize all foreshadowing when it happens.
You do?
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely do not.
All right, guys, let's hop into the questions. Remember, as always, you can send your questions into discgolfanswerman.com and we will get it on the air. I believe we have Speakpipe figured out, so cross your fingers. We're going to go ahead and whip through.
I didn't agree to
We're
that.
gonna whip people. We're gonna get on through these Speakpipe
Disclaimer.
questions.
Yeah.
This first one is from Wesley.
What is up, Disc Golf Answer Man crew and the DeGam fam? It's Wesley Wilson from West Memphis, Arkansas here. The guy that came up with the Euro Technology Dimax.
Oh, nice.
I just want to give you guys a little insight on why.
That's a great reason.
I love it. Time is still going. Was that part of his joke? Was that the joke?
No, I don't think so. I remember him talking about it when we were listening to this before. I remember him saying something.
There's literally 90 seconds left. No, of nothing. Okay. Oh, he sent another one. Maybe he realized what had happened.
Okay,
Hold on, here we go.
Go for it.
Nope. Nothing. Surely it didn't just stop working in the middle of it.
No, it did.
Okay, let's see what Conan. Okay, so we're gonna see if this next one works from Conan. If Conan works, then something happened with Wesley's recording. No, something happened. Hold on.
What's up, Disc Golf Answer Man crew and the DeGam fam?
You're gonna hear it
It's
again.
Wesley Wilson from West Memphis, Arkansas here. The guy that came up with the Euro Technology Dimax.
That was awesome.
I just want to give you guys a little insight on why. So, plain and simple, it's the last thing I see before I putt. And 100% I putt way better if I have a positive emotion going into the putt. And when you look down at that Euro Technology Dimax, there's no way you're mad. There's no way you're sad. You're going to look up in a great mood, focus on that link, and execute the putt. And that kind of stems from I've been to Eric Oakley's clinics, I think 3 of his clinics, and he always talks about how he puts himself in the right mind frame before the putt by telling himself he can make it, and then even sometimes imagining that he's already made the putt. He's already cleared it out of the basket. Someone's already given him a high five for the good putt. And I 100% agree that being in the right mind frame, the right state of mind, being positive, thinking positively, and being happy when you putt helps you make putts.
I agree.
So, just
I
in
don't
case
know what the disc is.
you don't, yeah, I was going to say, just in case you missed the episode, what had happened was someone was asking about MVP and their gyro technology.
Oh, I did see that.
And
Okay.
I was just
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
through it, and I saw the word, and I thought Euro, so I said
Yeah,
Euro
yeah, yeah.
technology.
I saw the disc now that
Yeah.
I said that.
And so someone said Wesley made a
I've
disc.
done this before. I've actually made Dimax with Ralph
Nice.
or a disc with Ralph. So if I throw a B and I go to pick up my disc, I can't be mad.
You're
I'm
like,
looking
"Ah,
at Ralph.
that's
good. You know, I mean,
Can't be mad around.
it's not his fault.
So yes, positive mental attitude is definitely part of the game for sure.
Right. Now, I will say next time I play with Oakley and he makes a good putt, I'm not giving him a high five
Why not?
because he already envisioned it. He stole
Oh,
that
yeah.
from I get to choose who I give high fives
I
to,
see.
Eric.
Right.
I
So
prob-
if
I
he
probably
look if he looks at
probably still
you,
will,
just
though.
go, hey, just remember that high five I gave you when you
Yeah,
mentally
when you
thought about
visualized it.
Or when he throws his hand up, say, "We already did this."
Yeah. Deja vu.
Deja vu.
All right, Wesley sent another one. Let's see what he had to say.
What's up, Disc Golf Answer Man crew and the DeGam fam? It's Wesley Wilson again. This time I want to know about form, helping someone with videos. I play quite a bit. My brother and I play more than my dad, and we practice all the time, but he doesn't do much field work. He doesn't record his form. So we convinced him last night to go to the field where we practice, and we recorded his form. I put a drone above him, a camera directly behind him, and a camera, I guess, facing him from the left side of the tee pad. And we know what's wrong, but we don't know where to start. So his footwork is okay by itself, but his upper body is all out of whack. His hips engage early, and I guess his arm is lagging behind. He kind of closes his wrist and his bicep to his chest and to his rib cage. He reaches back under his left arm. He reaches back very low and kind of crouched, and he pulls through at his belly button, and he rounds just a little bit. The only thing wrong with his footwork would be his X step is still kind of facing directly away from the target. It's not really perpendicular to the line of play. It's almost parallel to the line of play. So if you guys could just, any suggestions you have on where to start helping him with his form, we would love to hear it. Thanks, guys. Keep it real.
What you guys got?
It's really hard to tell without seeing the video. I mean, hearing someone describe it and watching it is totally different. Anytime we talk about form, start from the ground up, I think, is the key. Making sure that your footwork is what it's supposed to be. Like you said, you think that his footwork is pretty good, but he's having a problem rounding and even keeping his feet maybe away from the target a little bit too much. So I would say his footwork is probably not that great if that's the case. You want, those feet to be, perpendicular to the target line for the most part. And that's probably going to help you out with some of the timing issues, because the farther you are turned away, I feel like the more you feel like earlier you have to pull toward the target. And so if his shoulder is leading just a little bit too early, it may be that turning those feet perpendicular is going to help out some. But like I said, hard to know without watching the video.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think?
I would agree. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to, that's awesome that you thought about doing a drone above. We don't see a whole lot of form shots like that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But I would just be interested if you would share it to the Disc Golf Answer Man page, get some advice there, and then we'd actually be able to see the video and check it out.
Absolutely. If you're watching this for the first time on YouTube and you've never watched before, we answer questions that were sent into the Disc Golf Answer Man podcast, so we answer those for you guys to listen and to record audio. If you have questions you want to ask in the chat, wait till the end, and we'll get to those questions toward the end. So next one comes from Dr. Willard.
Hey, Disc Golf Answer Man. I have a question about videos. So I want to video my shot to have it analyzed and have someone give me some instruction. And the question is, what is the best camera angle? Where do I place the camera in order to get the best view in order to have it analyzed and hopefully improve my game? Could you tell me for both forehand and backhand, do I do it to the side? Do I do it from behind, or do you need both? Once I record it, where can I send it? I know Danny has the physics of flight, and I think he does look at people's throws and helps them with that. And lastly, can you just use the standard iPhone video app? Thanks, guys.
So as far as angles, I think you talked about that. Obviously, from above is a really good angle. But kind of elaborate on what you were saying.
Seeing your front, right?
Right. I think the ones that we see the most, and these are the easiest to do, are, all right, if my chest is facing the front of the tee pad right now, if I'm just standing on the back, not turned sideways, then an angle directly behind the tee pad, and then an angle facing the side of the tee pad where you're on the same side that your arm is going to be on. Those are the ones that we see the most. I think those are the most effective. Having an over-the-top one would be really cool. I think that would help you to kind of get a better idea of where the disc is interacting with you, kind of as tight as it is to your body or not tight to your body. But if you only have two and you only have limited resources and time, I would say straight behind and then on the left side for sure. And then sending in videos, where should they do that?
There's a couple different places, but the one that comes to mind is obviously the Disc Golf Answer Man Facebook group. I know there's a lot of people on there that really do know what they're talking about. We have a lot of our players on there. Robert gets on there occasionally, and, of course, Danny, who is probably one of the best at analyzing everybody's form and giving you some critiques on what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong and what to work on. So that'd be my suggestion to you.
Yeah.
And as far as using an iPhone, yes, an iPhone has, if you've got, if iPhone 6, 7, 8, maybe even iPhone 5, it's going to be really good
What about
video.
2?
Huh?
What about the 2?
The two actually probably is not going to be too bad. Obviously, I'm hoping you have something a little bit more up to date on the iPhone.
What about
side.
the Motorola Razor?
No,
Crazer.
the Crazer.
I had a Crazer. I did have a Crazer.
I always wanted a Razor.
Or the
Never got
Nokia
one.
Kickback, I think it was called Kickback. That was the one that popped open with the keyboard.
Yep.
So anyway, so yes, iPhone is perfectly fine. Another cool thing that I think would be helpful is using the slow mo on an iPhone. That way you can really look at it and break it down. The only thing I ask you that you do, this is a pet peeve of mine, is that if you're going to do slow mo, the iPhone allows you to pick when the slow-mo is going to kick in. My thing is when people post a video of slow-mo and the entire thing is slow-mo, so you get the slow motion of them walking up to the tee pad, getting ready, lining up their shot, then they put it back down, and then they're ready to go. They take a look at the
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They talk about the
Hey guys.
if you record with an iPhone and
And then
you
they
look
throw real fast and it shuts off.
and you go to edit, there's a way to where if you look at the lines, they kind of show you where the slow motion part kicks in. And please mess with that, and so that not the entire thing slow mo.
We also have a quick correction. That's an important one. Sidekick, not kickback.
Oh, was it sidekick?
Yeah.
That's why you're awesome, Jonathan?
Jonathan Van Deersen.
That's why.
Yes, why he's so awesome. He's awesome because he knew the name of the Nokia.
Sidekick.
Next one comes from Lee Howard.
What's up, Lee?
Hey guys, so I caught the opening credits of some show. I think it was Manifest, and there's an actor on the show named Malachi. So you should look that up. So, disc golf question.
Dude, I wanted that
After
to be the
about
whole
4
question.
years of playing disc golf, finally, I've got a putting style that is becoming more consistent, and I feel good about, and I'm trying to get better at it. It's kind of a staggered stance, sort of spush putt kind of thing. And whenever I have to switch to a straddle putt, because I'm behind a tree or a bush or whatever, I find it really difficult to make that adjustment. And I just even shorter putts, I feel like I can't even get, like it flops out, can't get to the basket. I feel awkward because I can't shift my weight the same way, especially when I can't lift up my left leg. It happens to be behind the lie or whatever. So I was wondering if you guys have any tips on how to make that adjustment going from a staggered stance to a straddle putt, or if you have any tips on improving that part of my putting. I guess I need it to be consistent on both. It's kind of like, it's good to have a good forehand and a good backhand. It probably helps to have a good straddle putt and my regular putting style. So thanks, guys. Malachi.
Okay.
Yeah. Take the next 4 years and work on that. It is kind of. It's just with anything. It took you this long to really be comfortable putting, finding your putting stance, and you're confident with that. The reason for that is because of probably how much time you've invested in that. So if you just go out to the practice field, you're comfortable now with putting. I'm not saying just in general just give up, practice putting, but start putting more straddle putts. Mm-hmm. Go to a spot on the course where there's trees that you can actually straddle around and work on that putt for a while. It's just like with your normal putt now. It'll come natural at some point. It's just a matter of putting in that time. There's not like anything I can say that's just do this and then all those straddle putts are going to seem just as easy as your normal putt. That's not the case. For almost everybody that doesn't straddle putts are difficult.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of putting in that time and effort to really work on that side of the game.
Totally. Yeah. I struggle with straddle putts I especially if I'm starting before a tournament. While I'm practice putting, I'm 100% going to throw at least a few straddle putts, because if I don't, and I have done this even actually recently, I just forgot and got to my first straddle putt of the round, and it feels so foreign and awkward. And I always miss it to the right, to the point where I will aim to the left of the basket. Doesn't matter. Always missing right. It's very annoying. So yeah, repetition is a huge thing. I would also say, like he said, he's having trouble getting it to the basket. your weight transfer on a straddle putt is less back to front as it is up and down, right? So you might focus on bending your knees a little bit more and kind of popping up and having your arm be in time with that instead of trying to swing backwards and forwards, because that's never going to work with your feet next to one another. So work on bending your knees a little bit more and just kind of popping up with it. I think that might help.
All right, next one comes from Zach. He says, hey, Disc Golf Answerman crew, I'm a rec player working on improving. Even though I can jump a putt 550 feet, I know I have a lot to learn.
Excuse me?
Sounds like internet distance.
The courses I play regularly are a tick under champion level. I enjoy playing them from the long tees, but as a rec player, I will compete from the shorter tees. Obviously, a couple of weeks before a tournament, I will play from the rec tees. But to improve, should I be playing for the rec tees all the time? Thanks, and don't bother keeping it real, or do.
We don't have to bother. It's just part of life.
No
I don't know. What do you think about that?
I have no idea. I'm still stuck on the 500 jump putts. I didn't even hear the rest of the question.
So if a tournament, he's going to play in the rec division and he'll play the shorter tees. He's going to practice from the shorter tees.
Yep.
But should he always pretty much practice from the rec tees if that's the division
I'd
he's going
mix
to play?
it up. I mean, granted, if you have an event coming up, I'd spend at least a week and a half leading up to it playing the tees that you're going to be playing for the event. But otherwise, yeah, I'd say mix it up a little bit. Play from, I mean, especially if you have that option. Be happy that you do have that option, because there's a lot of towns that only have one tee, one pin position, and that's it. And those people are almost, I don't want to say pigeonholed, but in a way,
right?
Really dial in that one course, and then they travel out of town, and it's very difficult because there's not variety. So if you've got the option, I would say yeah, absolutely. But leading up to the event, I would play the tees that you're planning on playing.
100% agree across the board.
And send me a video of that 520 whatever foot jump putt, please. That'd be sick.
I'm very interested. Is this off the top of a cliff? If so, I understand.
All right, Hector has a rules question. Why do all AM divisions have a rating cap except AM age protected divisions? I'm putting in his frustration.
Yeah.
I have seen many 950 plus rated players who in any other division would be required to play up in an advanced group. So why is that?
PDGA.com.
Um,
Contact us.
I guess I don't know why they do that. I think there comes a point where they just say that age is the cap on the thing.
That's ageism.
That is ageism.
But it is also true.
Okay.
So that's the answer.
Ageism?
No, it's not. It's just that
ageism.
Yeah. Don't sue us for that, please. No, I mean, I think, yeah, there are ratings caps because there are so many, I think, more players under that kind of 40-year-old cut than there are above that, who attend tournaments regularly. Mm-hmm. It seems like those fields are generally smaller. And so I would say, yeah, they're just using that age as a cutoff, and then at that point, you're just kind of a pro or an amateur. That's how it is. I'm not saying that it's the best way to do it, but that is the way they do it.
That is the way it's done.
And there it is.
There it is. Next one is from Zach.
Hey, Disc Golf Answerman crew. Hope you guys are having a good day. This is Zach from North Carolina. I just have a couple of questions for you. My first question is regarding tournament performance. Last season, I started playing my first tournaments, although I've been a casual player for a number of years. But this last year was my first official PDGA tournaments. After a couple of tournaments, I came in at a rating in the 890s, which I was pleased with. But I did a lot of practicing in the off season, and I was looking forward to getting over that 900 barrier. I'm 2 tournaments in so far this year, and I've shot at or below my rating pretty consistently. So I'm feeling pretty disappointed. And I was wondering if you guys had any tricks to deal with this sort of situation. I know everyone but Robert has probably experienced a disappointing tournament. So yeah, I was just curious what you guys have to deal with these sort of things and get back on the horse. And my next question is regarding the new Vandal.
Oh,
you want to stop it?
Yeah.
I have a Trilogy challenge coming up here.
Easy, Zach. Jeez. Anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah. How do you recover from a bad tournament?
Just hang it up.
Thank you. Yep. You say I quit until you don't quit and you're back at it.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Is that kind of like smoking?
that's what. Yeah, I think so. Yes, I'm done drinking Dr. Pepper until the next time I drink Dr. Pepper. No, I mean, he's joking around that everybody has bad tournaments that they have to recover from. For me, I try to do my best to be honest with myself about why I struggled at that tournament. Was I making bad decisions? Was I out of practice so my muscle memory is bad? Did I not commit to the shots I needed to throw? What was it? And from there, I just try to work on those things. Almost all the time for me when I'm playing poorly, it's not bad muscle memory. It's not. It's usually just confidence, and
It's always confidence.
yeah, just following through and committing to the shot that you want to. I can think back to the times that I've played best is times where I just felt like I knew what I wanted to do. I walked up to the tee and I executed it. And if I messed up, I didn't feel an emotion about messing up. I didn't say like, oh, that's a terrible shot. I would just think to myself, oh, a little bit low. Adjust that for next time. Like the less you feel about your bad shots, the better it is because it's past. Like there's nothing you can do. Spit outs are notorious for getting a lot of players. They've gotten me a lot of times before when I'll be on a birdie streak, hit dead in the center, and it comes back out. That's frustrating because in that situation, rarely is there something that you could do differently to keep that putt in the basket.
It makes the next putt really hard.
Yeah, you just got unlucky. But the less emotion that you can feel about that and the more that you can just focus on the next shot is really the best thing to do. So I take a kind of a mental inventory of what I did incorrectly, what I need to change. Then I just go to work on those things.
Same. I mean, reflect on the event. When the event's over, no matter what, if I played good or bad, I'll reflect on the event and kind of see where I struggled or what I did well and really put focus on that in the field the following week.
100%. Yeah, if I putted poorly, I'm going to go to the practice basket. But the thing with putting and honestly most of disc golf is like if you're not confident, you're not going to play well. There it is. If I don't think I'm going to make a putt, I'm almost never going to make that putt. Maybe I get lucky and make it.
If I play poorly, I just wait for like 3 or 4 weeks before I play another tournament.
Yeah, you hang it up until you didn't hang it up again.
If I play at all,
When
I
was the last
typically wait
tournament you
about
played?
3 or 4 weeks. If I play
Respect.
Yeah, I'm always playing. So I have, so I just have to wait until the next time. So, all right, next question.
Although you played really well at
I did.
Oh, Hops and Heisers.
I
Hops and
shot a
Heisers last
60. I was
on
Cali.
Jones East.
I was Cali,
Doesn't matter.
which meant I got now I've never
One extra throw, or did you get 2 extra?
I think
I
it's
got
2 per hole.
Per hole. I didn't realize that's what it was. I thought I had to throw 2 off the tee.
Oh, you threw 2 tee shots, 2 up shots, 2 putts?
No, I got to have a second throw twice. No matter, it could be off the tee, it could be my upshot, or it could be my putt. As long as there was only 2 extra throws.
So could you have thrown 2 putts? Or 3 putts, I guess, technically.
I could have 3 putt.
Yeah.
Yes. The most at times I used it was my upshots. Now I used them on a few drives, but a lot of the upshots I improved upon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I shot a 60. I have never shot in the 60s. I don't think maybe 68, maybe 69.
Right. Last time we went out there, I remember you were around like a 73, 74.
Right.
Singles, obviously, not.
And
not
I got to
Cali,
admit,
but-
though, I had some good throws. And someone said it's maybe because you were Cali, because you knew you had that other shot. Maybe you went for it a little bit
didn't have
more.
that
So
partner
Yeah, take some of
dragging
the
you down.
take some of the stress off of it too. Like
that's interesting because people talk about the mental side of knowing I had another shot. Did it relax me a little bit?
I'm telling you, like we were talking about this the other day, and this is a bit of a sidetrack, but I promise I'll come back to it. So we were at King of the Canyons, right? That unsanctioned event I went to, tied for the win. I decided with Dan and Kyle that we were going to split the money from first through third, and all we were playing for was the title. And don't get me wrong, I want to win. Like, I always want to win. But at that point, money-wise, I had won all I was going to win in that situation, right? And my shot on 1, like our first playoff hole, that was I've never thrown like a more free-feeling shot. Because there's no weight on my shoulders. Like if I win, that's awesome. I get the trophy, I get the big check, but it says the same as my check regardless. But having that weight lifted, it's like, wow, I can just throw. It's like going out to a casual round and just enjoying yourself. And so I do think there's something to mentally allowing yourself to be free, like to make a free, confident stroke instead of thinking like so much, oh, I have to execute this. Because when I do that personally, I tighten up and usually I miss left. You can tell if I'm not feeling good on a shot, it'll come out with a lot more hyzer than I had intended. That's different for different people, but I'll notice when I'm playing more free, I'm hitting lines a lot easier. It's easier for me to throw flat because, yeah, my body's allowing me to do that.
Yep, it's true.
Did you say you're going to bring it back?
I'm
teasing. That's a
jerk. He had a second part of the question.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's move on to the second part.
Here at a local course in June, and I'm excited about trying out the disc, but particularly the Vandal. I love my escapes. I back several escapes. I really like my worked-in biofusion one, so I'm wondering, is the Vandal going to slot in below the escape in stability or a little bit more stable than the escape? I've kind of heard it both ways, so maybe you guys can give me a straight answer on that. Thanks. Have a great day.
That's a perfect segue into our Trilogy Challenge talk. So what's your answer to his question as far as comparing the Escape and the Vandal?
It's going to be a touch less stable, right?
These ones
For
definitely
me,
are.
For me, it's been a touch less stable. The ones that I was throwing during Is This Disc Right For You? Pretty similar as far as feel goes, I'd say, with the Escape. But I don't know. I think you're going to get similar distance out of it because the Escape's a sneaky, long-flying disc. But the Vandal's definitely going to hold that right line just a touch longer, for me personally. I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, obviously, but for me personally, it definitely holds the right line longer. I have to put more hyzer on it to get any type of a flight out of it.
Definitely. These are a little bit less stable than the Protos that we got. The Protos are probably a little bit more like an Escape, but I think these are a good complement because, like you said, I think they are a little bit more understable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said, because you normally throw on a hyzer, don't you, Eric?
I release
Would you?
pretty much everything with
Yeah.
hyzer.
Would you say these are like even more exaggerated of a
Yes,
hyzer?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because you
Totally.
actually threw some of them on the roller. I don't know if you did you mention that? Yeah, that
Yep.
you threw it on the roller. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit real quick because the next question on our form is this year's Trilogy Challenge seems a little different in that the Gatekeeper and Keystone are being released outside of the challenge as well. Do you think there will always be 3, air quotes, beginner-friendly discs introduced every year? Will the challenge morph into exclusive plastics of old molds or not always be beginner-level discs? So we've done it. Yeah, exactly, yes. We've done the Trilogy Challenge for about 6 years. I think we established that yesterday.
This is the 6th.
This is the 6th year? Okay, so this
so.
will be the 6th year. And each year, I mean, some years we had beginner-friendly. Some year we had a couple that weren't quite beginner-friendly. Mm-hmm. And it's almost as if we had a set formula maybe at first, but then we've kind of changed it and as Evan said, morphed it a little bit, just to try out a few different things. And so this year, yes, the discs are not, as far as the mold is not exclusive to Trilogy Challenge, but the plastic is.
Type is.
So like the Vandal was a TFR for a while, right?
No.
No.
The Vandal is brand
The
new.
Vandal's new for the
Vandal's
Trilogy
not been
Challenge.
released with anything. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
Gatekeeper and the Keystone.
Okay, so the Gatekeeper is out in the
VIP.
but you can only get them tournament plastic in the Trilogy Challenge.
Yeah.
The Keystone was part of the
Blend.
Blend.
Medium.
It was a match-
medium.
was it
Part
match-
of match play.
match
Correct.
play. Now this one is a retro, and of course you can't get the retro unless you play a Trilogy Challenge. So yeah, so a little bit different this year. Will we do that similar next year? I don't know.
It's hard to say. It's hard to come out with a brand new disc just for this every year.
Right. And so we gotta kind of play it by ear. Now, as far as are these beginner friendly, I would say the Gatekeeper is somewhat beginner friendly.
I think they're all beginner friendly this year.
Yeah.
I would say so.
There you go.
I would say so.
What year was one though that people were like, really, this is not? Was it the Sampo?
It's not beginner friendly. That's correct.
Yeah, I
The
think
Sampo
that was.
wasn't.
No, it's quite a bit. It's probably the most overstable Trilogy Challenge disc we've put out.
I think I remember that was some of the
On the-
criticism
on the
that-
driver's
that
side.
one. So anyway, so yeah, it is we do talk about it as being like a beginner friendly in the sense that if you haven't played disc golf very much, it's good to play. If you haven't played a tournament, a legit full on tournament, this is kind of an easy way to feel what the tournament scene's all about.
Well, they're beginner friendly, but at the same time, anybody could throw them.
Right, and that's
Also.
what we got to make sure that we make these discs so that more people can play. So you guys talked about the Vandal a little bit. Let's talk about the Gatekeeper. Of course, this is the mid-range, the West Side Discs Gatekeeper. I know when I threw it for the Is This Disc Right, it threw fairly straight. Still was a little stable for me. Of course, I am the slower arm of everybody in the Emporia, Kansas.
In the Emporia, Kansas.
But if I got on it and I beat it in a little bit, it would go really nice and straight. I know that it was mentioned that it's not a fast disc.
Not a fast mid-range. That's
not a
true.
fast mid-range. But tell us a little bit more about these disc guys, the Gatekeeper.
For me, when I threw it, granted, in the Trilogy or the Is This Disc Right for You, the ones that we threw were relatively light.
Yes, very light.
This is a 164.
Yeah.
And I threw like I did with Heiser, and it did flatten to flat. It flattened to flat and flew really just straight. I did notice it was quite a bit slower than the mids I'm used to. The EMAC definitely is a little faster and definitely had a little more fade at the end of the flight, which is what I prefer in my mids. But that said, there's always a reason to have a just on a rope, dead straight mid-range in the bag. It's always good to have something like that.
Totally. And if this is your cup of tea, man, this is a great one.
I think it's a great compliment to the Warship as well. Like,
yeah,
kind of have both of those in the hand. They both kind of have the similar feel to it, which for me, I like the rounded edges a little bit more. So this got a little bit, someone was saying shallow, but it's a little deeper than I'm used to, I think.
Yeah.
As far as mids go, but it does fly. It does fly pretty good.
Yeah, I mean they're just very, very straight, and like you said, having a disc you can rely on to do that, that's awesome.
All right, and then for the putter, we have the Latitude 64 Retro Keystone. This is a beadless putter. It's for me, when I was throwing it and putting with it, it was very similar to the Deputy, which is what I do use for my putting. And I don't choose the Deputy I never chose a putter because
it chose you.
It chose me. Because it had a bead or not. I know a lot of people are very particular about the bead, but for some reason that wasn't a factor. But anyway, it's would you say it's like a beadless Deputy? Not quite, maybe, or
yeah, I'd say similar to that.
Similar to that.
It's kind of like a smaller Warden too, almost.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit different on the very bottom of the rim.
Right. Have you thrown it much, Robert?
I've only thrown the Protos a few times,
okay.
So I haven't thrown these at all. But
they fly great. They're do.
Awesome.
Like as
awesome
far as approaches go,
yeah.
Another hyzer to flat, as you could see in the video, they were hyzer to flat and they just flew straight.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much I could aim right at the basket knowing that it's not going to deviate from that line, which is what I did like about it. In Kansas, though, the wind is going to be a little more challenging for a disc like that. But that said, I know a lot of players are throwing them for more of their longer putts.
Really?
Because of how much glide it has and how just dead straight it is. So,
right.
It's a good disc.
So this weekend is the first weekend of Trilogy Challenges. Make sure you go to trilogychallenge.com and look for the events tab. And that way you can see what's happening. Do we have one in Kansas happening?
I don't know.
I don't think we have one. I think I looked
Not
it up
this
because
weekend.
I was trying to. And this weekend is Memorial Weekend.
It is.
It's also rain weekend.
Yes, it's going to be rain.
Yeah.
The first one in Emporia, Kansas is on June 1st.
Cool.
That's Dirty Kansas.
The first one in Emporia, Kansas? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, and it's Keith, New Life.
Oh, nice.
He's doing one the first and the
June
second.
1st.
That guy's that's a mean guy. I don't think I'm going to show up to that.
Yeah,
Keith,
right.
he's always been
one of the
I
nicest
know.
guys.
He'll probably beat you.
He's so great, man. I love Keith.
So right now we have 237 events, 42 states and 10 countries.
Nice. That's
42
awesome.
countries.
Yeah.
That's solid.
That's more. That's more than I even knew we had.
Dang.
So even though they'll start this weekend, there's still time to sign up if you want to host one. If there's not one in your area, it is designed for you to host one. Super simple.
It's a great way to raise some money too.
Yes.
Is what I love about the event. Like if you're trying to raise money for course updates like baskets or tee signs or new tee pads, maybe longer tees, alternate pins, whatever whatever it is, it's such an easy way to make a little extra money.
Or the self-preservation fund.
That is true too.
Where
the
you-
me fund.
Yeah, where you get to give the money to yourself.
The human fund.
You can
as
do that
George
as well.
Costanza calls
That's
it.
right. I was trying to think of what's called the human fund. All right, this one's from. Let's go to questions. Christopher asks, "What is more understable than the Maverick, but still in the fairway slot?"
Well, more understable would be a Witness. Is definitely more understable. Something that I think is just a bit more understable that you might like is
River?
River is in that slot. I would say Fury and Underworld are both
Fury.
in that understable fairway
all those,
spot.
with the exception of the River, all of those seem to be a touch faster too, though.
Than the Maverick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being true.
When I would throw the Maverick, it had a nice slow flight to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those definitely flip faster, no doubt about that. And they may have a wider rim. I haven't measured, but yeah. But yeah, if you're just looking for something a little bit more understable than the Maverick, I think either the Fury or Underworld or
Fury is a good disc. I used to throw that thing a lot.
Right.
What about the Hatchet? Is that a speed? That's a speed 7-ish, isn't it?
19.
The speed 19, yeah.
I think the Hatchet is a
Remember that?
I think it's a 9er.
Vietnam 19. Do you remember that song? Sorry, I'm going old school. Next one is from Dustin. Oh,
I like how you look at me when you say stuff about old.
I'm so sorry.
Just pure hate right
hey,
there.
it's true. What can I say?
Austin asks, "Hey, Disc Golf Answer Man Crew, I know you get a lot of questions regarding Trilogy. Well, we are a company that works for Dynamic Disc. And the different types of plastics. I have heard about VIPX warships that Westside puts out, but I always see them on private market for ridiculous money.
Yeah, you're right.
What are the chances that there will be a release online making these available for regular retail price? I know it's hard to forecast, just wondering, as I love throwing the warship as my mid-range. Thanks for the replay.
You should try an EMAC then.
And as always, thanks for keeping it real.
Sorry. I'm keeping it real.
So for the VIPX, that was a super, super special run, correct?
For Toonie.
Toonie. I got Rusco to say Toonie. Anyway, that was a special run. I know the word on the streets is that they don't make them anymore, right? They're not going to make the...
They made one run of those particular ones.
Right.
I don't know if there's plan to make any more. I would say don't hold your breath.
Right.
Anytime soon, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. And when they were released as a fundraiser for the event, and they weren't ridiculously priced. They were €20 a piece, which is very reasonable.
Right.
So.
And some people bought several of those. And
I did.
I also did.
Yeah.
And
I bought
they're great.
The ice.
Have you sold them yet? All of them?
Nope. I still have a few.
You're holding on to them.
I think I have 2 of each.
Yep. I think I have 3 clear ones and 1 black smoke one. The smoke one is like just unbelievably pretty.
They're cool.
It's crazy.
So Chris asked, now this is Chris, first of all, I love and I thank everyone for sending in questions. So I know I can get, if you've listened to the show, you know I can be kind of a smart aleck, right?
Thought you were going a different way there?
Okay, but
I also did.
But
a smart aleck.
This is a question that we're just not going to really know, and it's too specific. And I'm going to say it for an example. He wants to know, where is the disc RV going to be at Jonesboro Open? That's a little too specific for us to know.
It already happened.
I want to. Well, he said it on April 10th, so it would have. That's another thing. Timely. You can't send in timely questions because, like, right now we're sitting at 77 questions, and we've already asked 6 of them on here. So, maybe 4 or 5 on here on the thing. So, anyway, I'm not picking on you. I love the questions, but you just got to know some of the questions we're just not going to know the answer.
Well, and the answer was east of the main parking lot, but I guess we won't be able to share that now.
Well, you could share it now.
Was it really east?
No, I'm making that. I don't have any idea.
There was no parking lot.
There was on you. All right, this one's from No Name Mental Game. Hey, Disc Golf Fans, man, tips on how to relax on the course. I feel like I'm getting worse, and it is entirely mental. I find myself avoiding playing with friends so I don't worry about my score as much, and I've been getting discouraged about playing altogether. No one wants to play with the frustrated guy, so between poor play and a poor attitude, my desire is fading. Please help. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
You control your attitude. If it is to be, it is up to me.
Hey, that's a good one.
You know where that's from?
I've heard it. I don't know what it's from.
It's from Genesis, the health club.
Oh yeah, of course.
Sega.
If you went there more,
dude, I have been going there.
Just
hush.
So what would you say to a guy who's it's like, man, I just can't stay motivated. I can't be motivated.
It's just
time to take a break.
Well, and he said he avoids playing with friends because he gets so frustrated that he doesn't want to be that guy who walks around super frustrated. I don't know what you say.
I mean, time to step back and have appreciation for why you started playing in the first place, which I would assume is because it's fun.
Yes.
You enjoy your time out there. Don't try not to make it for me, if I go out and I'm getting frustrated, I need to refocus on what I'm doing. Right. Like take some time off even and not play for a few days and then appreciate it more, like miss it. Like, man, I miss going out and playing. Then go out and play and don't set goals for yourself. Just go out and throw the disc. Don't worry about score. If you hit a tree, who cares? Like, I mean, it's tough to have that mindset going out and playing because one, you're probably much like me, a very competitive person, and you want to win everything that you do.
Yes.
So that does make it more of a challenge. But at the end of the day, if you know it's an issue, and if you think your friends think it is an issue, it is an issue.
I
There you
agree.
go.
I would say I'm kind of going through some of the same thing with golf right now, and I did obviously the same with disc golf when I first started getting a little bit more serious about it. Yeah, it's really easy to get frustrated when you know what you want the disc to do and it just doesn't do it, and you're pissed. I mean, I get that. The things that helped me the most in disc golf were, one, I'm like you said, I'm getting to do something that I love. I really love playing disc golf, and so even if I'm playing poorly, man, there's a lot of other things I could be doing that are way worse than this. Like a lot of other things that I would enjoy less than this. So that's one thing. Two, I would try and just focus on some of the beauty of the place that I'm in, right? And so I'm outdoors. We spend most of our time in the office right now, and to say, hey, I get to be outside. I get to do something that I enjoy on this beautiful day, just to kind of keep that sort of gratitude thing going through my head. That helped me a lot. And then the other thing, and this is probably the most annoying of the three, but when I would get in such a bad attitude that I could tell people didn't want to play with me, or that I just didn't want to play with people, I would force myself to smile even just a little bit after every single shot. Even if I threw a bad shot, I'd force myself to smile just a little bit. And what that does is, if you do that long enough, you're going to convince yourself that you're happy. It puts you in a better disposition. Like I said, it sounds super cheesy. I promise you, the first few times I did it, I was like, this is stupid. I'm not going to do it. But it helps a lot. Like, even if I'm playing poorly, if I continue to be happy, if I continue to smile and enjoy my time out there, even if my score reflects otherwise, I'm enjoying my time.
Now people are going to see you out at tournaments, and you're going to smile and be like, "Oh,
God, he's so
was that
fake."
fake or was that real?"
That's right. Well, at this point, it's gotten to the point where I truly do enjoy that, and now I know, man, it's not worth getting really upset about a bad break or whatever. I just kind of laugh it off. I wouldn't say I'm there at golf. I get a lot more frustrated at golf because I think it's kind of a more frustrating sport. But now when I go out and play, I really try to just keep good spirits on the course, even if I'm playing really poorly.
Sure. Our next one comes from Zootown Noob.
Zoo.
Like Montana, Zootown?
Hi guys,
Awesome.
I'm a rec player who joined my local club this year, and I've been struggling to putt since I started playing regularly kind of in the last 9 months. I was using an AVR for a while, but never really felt comfortable with it, probably because my hands are pretty small. I've always struggled to hit anything outside of 20 feet, but last week I got a new putter, Castplast Rico, and it seems to have instantly changed my putting game. It's got a shallow rim and a flat top, and it just feels better in my hand. So I played a tournament on Saturday and my club league on Sunday, and on Sunday I shot a 929 rated round, which was a personal best by 50 points. So without changing much about my putting other than the disc, I just felt a lot more confident, and even my drives and mids were going better. Have you guys ever had a moment like that in your career where just one little adjustment or a new disc increased your confidence and all of a sudden you started playing better? Love the pod. Just started listening a while ago. Keep it up. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think this happens to everybody, and I don't. I'm assuming, like most people, for me, when I picked up a new disc and threw it, and majority of the time, if I go out and I'm throwing a new disc around to add to the bag, it's during casual rounds.
Yeah.
And the result doesn't matter of where that disc goes.
Yeah, because
so
you're just noting it.
Yeah. So naturally, I'm gonna throw it better.
Yeah,
it's kind of like we just discussed.
Cares?
It doesn't matter. Who cares where it goes?
Yeah.
And so I think that adds a lot to it, and it just kind of rolls over with confidence. Mm-hmm. So it makes you a little bit more confident in knowing how that disc flew when it didn't matter. But so rolling through, I can't think of any discs off the top of my head that I've added to the bag that added confidence, but it absolutely does. It absolutely will, and not just discs in general, but it's throwing a different line on a hole, or anything like that. Anything that you can do that you see positivity come from is naturally going to make you more confident which in the end results helps you play better. So whatever makes you more confident, do it.
Totally. I'm in 100% agreement with you. And I think it's more than just trying a new putter that gets you to that. Like, yeah, it may be a new disc, it may be doing something different, but for me, when I'm putting well, I'm playing well. That's all.
Oh yeah,
that's all there is
absolutely.
to it. Putting
Absolutely.
is so much a mind game. It's so much a confidence thing. That I'll go back to King of the Canyons that Anthony and I went up to. I didn't throw the disc particularly well. I threw it okay, but I made putts from everywhere, and that just made it feel like it's kind of like just taking the pressure off your shoulders. I don't have to throw a great shot if I'm just going to make this from wherever it lands.
Exactly. Unless you're playing with Danny.
Yeah. Dang.
So.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's something to that. But as far as new discs go and like discs that kind of changed my confidence, I'd say some of our new releases from these last couple of years have really done that for me. I can think of 3 last year that I thought, now that I have these discs, my game is a lot more complete. Actually, 4 from last year that I still bag. I still bag 3 of them right now. The Maverick is one of those. I love that slow turn, good slow fairway speed. The Explorer is a huge one of those. I throw the crap out of the Explorer.
Same.
And then the Getaway is it's just something that I haven't had a disc like that before. You know, that kind of 9-ish speed that you can throw hard and it goes straight. You don't have to worry about it turning a whole lot or fading a whole lot. And then last year, the Ballista Pro. I mean, that added distance to my game instantly. And so I felt really confident with the bag that I had last year. And then the one change from that this year is now I have Raiders in the spot of almost all of my Ballista Pros. It's a little bit more comfortable in my hand, and that just, like we've talked about before, I don't throw the farthest. I'm okay, but when I get out with the elite top guys, I mean, they're out driving me almost every time. But having a disc like the Raider where I don't feel like I have to work so hard to throw it and it feels comfortable in my hand, it just gives me a lot more confidence that even if I end up 40 feet short, a lot of times it's in a spot where I wanted to be because I felt good about what I was doing with it.
Well, it's a little more stable, too, I feel.
Yeah, you don't have to play the angle quite so much with it.
Yeah, so more predictable out of the hand. I think that goes a long way, to be honest with you. I love all those discs you just named. I don't currently bag a Maverick.
Right.
And the Getaway and Explorer kind of go in and out between those two.
Sure.
But everything else, I agree with.
Well, and like for me, for the Raider, like it's well documented that on a good day I throw, you know, a little over 4. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
a little over 4.
CBS Sports documented.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a little
NBC Sports.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
A little over 4. Sometimes a hair more than that. And there was a hole at King of the Canyons that was 470, and I was about 5 feet shy of pin high with a Raider. And I just don't really throw that far. I felt confident with that disc, and that's something that's I'm letting carry me.
It's good. It's great. Everyone get one.
All right.
Or 5. Or 10.
I had a question.
If you can find them. And Emacs.
Oh, no. I wanted to talk
Double
about,
it.
real quick before we answer a few more questions, Skip Ace. We neglected to put our picks in for 2 tournaments. That means everybody is eligible. Yay.
Did we win?
No. Everybody's eligible.
Did we pick
win.
in?
Okay.
We didn't even pick.
So I'm going to go on San Francisco Open. I'm going to go ahead. There was one lone person that was number 1, had 1,144 points. They had picked Eagle, Avery, Austin, and Anthony Barella.
Avery was the big pick there. That was a good week for him.
Yeah, that was a good.
And then they picked Paige Pierce and Madison Walker, which gave them some big points. So LARB, L-A-R-B. If that is your username, you need to take a screenshot of you being logged into Skip Ace Fantasy Disc Golf and send that as a email attached to Bobby@dynamicdiscs.com, BOBBY. As always, part of winning is meaning you have to listen to the show. So hopefully you hear that. The next one we're going to pick.
What does LARB stand for? Or is it just part of a name?
It just says all caps, L-A-R-B.
Huh. It sounds like live action role playing, but live action role
bowling?
Broing or bowling. Yeah, I don't know.
Bowling, I think it is.
Live action.
That's it.
No, well, I mean bowling. Like I'm trying to think of someone doing live action bowling.
It's live, man.
The next one is the Santa Cruz Cup.
What?
Santa Cruz Masters Cup.
Masters Cup. I forgot that word. Santa Cruz Masters Cup.
Person who got last place?
No, I was going to have you guys pick numbers.
7.
Looks like the person that won this got the top person got 1191. So Eric, you pick a number between 1 and 6.
I said 7.
I know.
4.
I would have
4?
gone 6.
Robert, you pick a number between
1 and 1.
151 and 200.
157.
157. Bob Zhang.
What's up, Bob?
Let me write this down on my notes so I don't forget. So, Larb and Bob Zhang, you are the winners. I will send you one of my discs I have in my little goodie stash from when we do video reviews. And you again, Bob, take a screenshot of you being logged in so I know it's you. Send it to Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, at dynamicdiscs.com.
Nice.
Good on you, Bob Zhang.
Both the guys that did the best on Masters Cup picked both Eric Oakley and Thomas Gilbert, so good on you guys. Oakley had a great last round. Shot hot round of the day to move up, I think like 18 spots or something into 5th or 13th. Something really good. And then Thomas Gilbert, Thomas I met 2 GBOs ago. He stayed at my house with AJ, and just one of the most polite guys out there, and absolutely an elite distance thrower. Yeah. He won the Goat Hill A tier earlier this year.
Nice.
It's killing it.
Is Johnny V still online with us?
Jonathan V, are you still here?
Because I don't see Portland Open on here. Is Portland Open next week? Or this weekend coming up?
It's this coming weekend, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
I saw, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I asked Oakley about it earlier.
For some reason, I don't see it as a choice to put our picks in.
Well, maybe he decided that it's not good enough for his.
Maybe he thought
algorithm.
Since we didn't do it for 2 weeks,
right,
it's
just
not
up
worth
on
doing.
Pretty much, that's probably what it was.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's what it was.
So maybe he'll
just
answer.
quit it for everybody.
Maybe he'll answer here in a second. Let's see. All right, so we got one speak pipe question. Let's go with Benjamin.
Benjamin Pesonen.
Benjamin Pesonen.
Pesonen.
Hello, Disco Fancerman. Bobby Moore, Daddy Jokes, please. And Eric, Not All Heroes.
Oh, jokes.
Yeah, more daddy jokes, please.
I thought he said.
Yeah,
jokes.
me too.
Choke, please. I'm like, yeah.
More daddy jokes. That's what I heard.
All right, here we go.
Wear McCabe's.
Wait, let's go back.
And Eric, Not All Heroes, wear McCabe's. Nice. And Robert McCall Maybe. And of course, the dynamic duo, Vandal, Anthony Vanden Heuvel, and Danny Lindahl.
Team Vandal.
So that's a pretty clever
Team
Vandal name. I thought that was pretty clever. So anyway, his question, if he has a question.
This is Benjamin Pesonen from Finland, and today I have a couple of questions for you guys. First up is, are we going to get Lucid X suspects? I would absolutely love to have one, and if we are, when they are coming out.
Any word on Lucid X suspects?
Not to my knowledge.
Not as of now. Maybe next year.
We are always working on something.
Yeah, I would say you're probably not going to see them in 2019.
Always working on something.
Yeah.
How many did y'all? 2019.
Yeah.
What?
Probably not going to see them in 2019.
Correct. I think maybe in 2020.
So we're not always working on something.
Yeah, because in this case we're not really. In this case we're not really working on it.
Yeah, that's true.
But we are working on something else.
Something, right.
So yeah. Anyway.
And my second question is about backpacks. I know we got Ranger and Ranger H2O, but when are we gonna get a new kind of pro bag? Not the beginner ones, but the proper ones. Oh. Thanks.
I don't know that we're working on.
We like our bags,
right?
Ranger is such a good bag.
I mean, if you look at the first Ranger version 1 all the way to what we have now, we've done tweaks and improvements and stuff like that based on feedback and based on learning about people using backpack bags. But I don't know that there's going to be a major overhaul on Ranger bags, not anytime soon, because they sell really well.
They're good bags.
I mean, it does feel like we've been putting out a lot of the more value bags, but that seems to be a trend. Some people just need an option when they're not ready to spend or not ready to put that much of an investment.
Well, if it's their first bag,
right? That's what I'm saying. They're not ready to invest.
$30 bag or whatever it is. That's what they're going to gravitate toward instead of a $200 bag.
Right. They don't even have enough discs to fill half of that to start off.
Once they get serious and they want to become a champion, then they'll get a Ranger bag. Oh, I mean,
we have been talking about some new color options for those.
Yes,
clear, ice.
We're going with an ice clear Ranger.
It's going to be like
it's very expensive.
You guys ever know somebody that work at Dillard's?
Mm-mm.
They give them a clear purse.
Oh, yeah.
for-
So you can't steal anything,
stuff.
right?
When you said that, it made me think of that, of a clear
Dude,
range of
that would be hilarious.
Really? What? Oh,
They do that
Oh yeah.
at Dillard's.
yeah.
They force their employees to use clear purses.
Yeah, you can't bring a regular purse in. You have to have a clear purse to bring into Dillard's and to like go to the break room and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
I know.
They did it at Sears. When I worked at Sears, they did that too. Yeah.
They made you carry a clear purse.
They made me carry a clear purse for all of
beat
my
me to it.
for all of my belongings. No, just
Solid.
like if some of the female employees or people who needed to carry things into the store needed to do
satchel?
so. Yep.
Nice. Hey,
Just-
I'm okay with it.
I did not use one because I didn't have any extra stuff.
A man bag.
You can still put stuff in your pockets.
I'm not opposed to a man bag, as evidenced by the satchel that's behind.
I
the
used to
camera
have a
right now.
green one when that was a thing for a while.
A green
messenger
one?
bag.
It was a messenger bag,
like an olive one.
like an olive green one, but it
Okay,
wasn't
yeah.
leather. It was like
Yeah.
a canvas almost.
Dude, I like messenger bags, man.
It was pretty cool.
Nice.
That was back when laptops were still like big
Like
Yeah.
honking
computers.
things. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were big honking.
Had I a reason to carry mine around quite a bit more, and it wasn't for disc golf trips where I just stick it in my Ranger, I would use that all the time.
Yeah.
I'll use my backpack.
All right, let's get a few more questions in
Yes.
before we wrap this
Backpack.
show up. Damon asks about discs. I am recently
How do you spell that?
I was recently practicing putting and included my 2 Westside Harps into the stack to get more repetitions in. I really enjoyed putting with these discs over my standard putters, which are P2s.
Great.
Because they felt better in my hand. My question is there anything wrong with putting with a Speed 4 disc? Or could you suggest a more traditional putting putter that feels similar and maybe less overstable?
Suspect. As far as feel goes, it's a little less overstable. but
Right.
It's not really.
Is the Harp a putt in approach?
Yeah.
It is. It says Speed 4, but let's get real for a second. The rim on a Harp is very similar to all the 3 speed widths.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think just because it says Speed 4 on there doesn't mean you couldn't.
No, we used
or
the
shouldn't putt
speedometer
with
on it, and it said 4. So.
Oh man. Okay. Well, yeah, that's why we put that on there. I think if a disc works for you, use that disc.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Does
It doesn't
the
doesn't matter
comes
if
in
it.
base plastic, right?
Oh yeah,
It comes
in
in
a lot of
majority
base
of the
plastics.
plastics.
But if you're looking for something that has a similar feel but not as overstable, gosh, you're not gonna find much that's kind of like pretty squared on the edge like a Harp that is more understable. The only thing I could think is like a Crown is less overstable than a Harp.
I was thinking a Pure too would be.
Yeah, I mean it's
a little more round. That's why I said Suspect, because it is more of a square edge. It may be more difficult finding a Suspect in base plastic, but
Yep.
just go with the Harp. It feels good in the hand.
Try it
If
out.
it's working well and you're jamming, who cares?
Who cares?
If you're listening to this before May 30th, I believe, make sure you go to PDGA.com. Click the
2019?
link. Yeah, 2019. Click the link for the PDGA the elections, because the elections
Oh,
are coming
yes,
up.
the elections
If you
are
want
coming
your
up.
voice heard as far as electing an official,
Go vote for Bobby.
go vote. No, I am not running. You would be putting in a ballot for a board of directors. So go check that out if you want to have your voice be heard for the PDGA board of directors. Cool.
Cool.
One other thing, if you want more information about how the Trilogy Challenge discs fly, like Eric mentioned, we went out and filmed the Is This Disc Right For You for all 3 molds. Go to youtube.com/dynamic discs to watch that. Also, to give you another perspective, Anthony and Danny went out and did a Trilogy Challenge where they played Jones West, all 18 holes. They filmed it, and you get to see who won between the 2, but they used only the 3 discs from the Trilogy Challenge. They did commentary on it, and we had a few, and they had a challenge set out to me. They challenged me to do the Trilogy Challenge, and I thought, well, what if I challenged my Disc Golf Answer Man cohorts, my co-hosts? So we are going to go film a Trilogy Challenge. Yeah, a Trilogy Challenge.
Perfect.
Between myself, Eric McCabe, and Robert McCall. If we can get it done before Eric leaves town, because we've had some pretty bad
And
storms
continuing
come through.
to have some
continue.
bad. And it's not just bad storms, but it's like nonstop raining.
So I want it documented right here, right now. You going to announce something or?
I was just gonna say, good luck. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, I want
That's
to document it right now. Obviously, I am not playing
Obviously.
to the level of you two.
Yes, you are.
What?
I don't throw any of these discs.
Oh, but you're going to be able to throw them better than I do, much farther than I do. So
Remember
what
about 10 minutes ago when we talked about confidence?
You gotta have confidence, Bobby.
What are we going to give me a handicap? One idea.
We can give you a handicap.
One idea that came up was, so let's say all three of us are on the tee pad. We all three throw.
Yeah.
And Eric throws a better shot than Robert.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, fine.
I get to throw my approach from Eric's shot.
So you're basically just playing.
You're playing
best shot. That's not fair at all.
That's
Hey,
incredibly
it was,
unfair.
Yell at Anthony. It was Anthony's
What
idea.
course? What course will we be playing? What course would we be playing?
Oh, it was your idea? Oh, yell at Danny then. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I thought it was
if we're doing
Anthony's
that,
idea.
we
Let's
gotta
talk
play
this
a
through.
course like East or Country
It was going to
Club.
be
Yes.
East. It was one of the
Okay,
Jones courses.
East would be more acceptable because if we played West, you would just have birdie putts on
Yeah,
a lot of
all you would
holes.
do is putt. All you would need is this disc.
You could just take your keystone out.
It wasn't my idea.
Danny, all he would need is this disc.
I was thinking east when I recommended it.
So,
Okay, yeah, East would
the
be
other
acceptable.
the other idea would be the normal handicap. Give me strokes.
That's tough too, though.
That is tough.
Well, you guys got to decide.
Okay, we decide no handicap.
That was not a choice.
Sucks to suck, man.
2-1.
Not a choice. That was not a choice.
We
You
got
got to
the,
give me something.
We got the old democracy working in here.
That, or maybe we challenge ourselves. In other words, we
Or you
look.
play from the worst shot.
Yeah, but we give you 18 handicap strokes.
I think one of them said. I'm now afraid to say who had the idea, so I don't get yelled at for saying who said it wrong. But was it basically just one stroke per hole?
I think
Depending on the course, that would be.
if we
But
played
Jones,
East,
it's got to be like Peter Pan. There's no way we're playing it this
No,
week.
it's
No.
flooded.
So
well,
it's
we're
gotta
not
be,
playing it this week anyway
Why?
because it's going to be raining tomorrow.
Oh,
also,
that's true.
No, tomorrow's not going to rain.
really?
I swear.
Oh,
It's actually going to rain. It's
supposed to rain
almost
tonight,
done now.
yeah, and then-
it's going to get super windy tonight, and then it's going to be sunny tomorrow, and then rain again.
huh. Okay.
Tomorrow's
were
the
gonna try
only day
tomorrow.
that we could do this.
Okay, if we can do
So
it
if
during
we
the
play-
day
it-
sometime, I can't do it after work.
No, that's fine. Well, it is work. It's work.
It's
I'm after work hours is what I should
There
have
you go.
said.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we definitely can't play Peter Pan. That's out of the question.
No, it'd have to be Jones East.
Jonesy. I was thinking Jonesy. So if that's the case, then I can have
Holy
one
cow.
stroke a hole,
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
which is
I
basically
think-
18 handicap.
I think
right?
the last time that we did that, I beat you by a couple. It wasn't a lot, but
you
I
gave me 18.
Okay.
at East specifically.
Yeah, but that was probably your full bags. So
That
this
was
is a little
both
bit
of
What
our
does
full
YouTube
bags.
say? Is YouTube getting us
Okay,
any feedback?
so Bobby gets 18. How many are you going to give me?
I'm giving you 0.
You're higher rated than I am.
I have never cared about that for 1 second.
JV had an idea. Oh no. Cody had an idea. Bobby gets an extra throw, so I get
Oh,
like a
okay.
Cali.
Okay.
I would agree to that.
I would almost.
that better?
I would rather. Well, that's still not fair though.
I
I still don't think that's fair because there's
it's-
holes that you just can't reach even if you're throwing two.
It's going to be
shots.
closer with 18 handicap than with 1 Cali. I'll tell you that right now.
What do you mean? A closer call?
Closer
Like,
battle.
It will be a
battle?
closer battle.
If I had 18 strokes,
yes,
on you guys.
than with Cali. I think with
It's going
Cali,
to be tough for us to play Jones East as well because a disc like
Right.
the Vandal isn't exactly
right?
a big booming disc.
No, it's not. It's going to be almost all gatekeepers and keystones.
Oh, great. Zach says my money's on Bobby. Said no one.
It's kind of hateful. But like, okay, think about
Send
this.
in another question, Zach. See what I do with this.
Let's put money on the line, Zach.
Sick. I like it. Dude, we're throwing this all day.
Yeah.
But like when you shot your 60 at East,
Yeah.
that was 2 extra shots per hole.
That was 2 extra shots.
This
per
would be
hole.
1 extra shot per hole.
if we went that way. Yeah.
Okay. I think 18 is going to be a closer battle.
I'm good with giving me 18 strokes.
How about 9 strokes and you can throw 1 extra disc on 9 holes?
Oh, that's
How about? No. I think 18 is fair. We're going to do it.
Are we doing this tomorrow?
Consider it done.
I'd like to.
All right.
We good?
I'm
Are
interested.
you guys good with 18? It's going to be documented on Disc Golf Answer Man.
18. That's a lot of strokes. Well, okay, let me ask you this. What's your average on Jones East?
Let's look at you disc live.
Boom, roasted.
Or just you disc.
Boom.
like how you said, boom,
Roasted.
Now,
All right, so
is your
Jones
60
East-
in there? Because that's probably going to bring your average down a bit.
Go to courses. Oh wait, rounds. Jones East. How do you look at your average on here?
I don't know, but there's also
okay. So last time I played Jones East was the +1 when we played at par 59.
So 60.
60.
Okay.
Then the previously before that I shot a 77.
Okay.
Before that I shot a recorded 66.
Wow, 66 is awesome. Maybe that was from the short tees.
could be.
It said +12. So yeah, that
Right. Well, no, there's still par 4s from the short tees.
okay.
Aren't there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
70.
There is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
70 in April of last year.
Okay.
71.
Okay. So
66 again.
are we playing
that
longs
was
or
Maine.
shorts?
If we play longs,
18 strokes is fine.
I think so. If we play shorts,
71.
we'd want to adjust it a little bit. But like for us, okay, so we're going to try and play as close to like
69.
I think 52 would be a really, really good score, only throwing this off the tee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we're going to get some 4s on the par 4s just from not being able to reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There'll be no eagles had.
maybe.
Well, with throw-ins.
Vandal
but that
roller
doesn't
down the
really-
middle, hole 5. Think about anyway.
Down the water.
Yes. I think 18 is doable.
Okay. 18
Let's get
it is.
All right, here it is. You heard it, folks.
Long
Disc Golf
tees.
Answer Man, long tees.
Long
Jones,
tees, Jones
East.
East.
Bobby gets 18 handicapped. Robert and Eric neck and neck.
All square.
All square. That's the better way to put it.
Is this going to be videoed or anything?
This
or?
is going to be videoed.
Okay.
Someone said live. We're not going to go live. But Anthony and Danny will be out. Oh, wait. Did we decide? We'll decide that later. But somebody will be out there filming it.
Okay.
And then we'll put it together. And that way you guys can see the battle that goes down.
How many short tees are out at Jones East? 3, 4,
3, 4,
8.
7.
Oh, so yeah, 7, 8,
8,
9.
9, 12. That's it. 6.
6 short tees. If we let Bobby play short tees and gave him fewer strokes, that might even be better.
Mm-hmm.
But like you mean like we get over to hole 8.
I think if he played the short tees, it would be.
How many strokes would I get?
It would just be minus. He wouldn't get strokes on those holes.
Yeah, so 12.
So what would you rather do? Would you rather play the same tees as us and get 18 strokes, or play
Shorter
the 6
tees.
short tees and get 12 strokes?
Trying to picture those. I know.
Dude, think about
hole
hole
number
8. That's exactly.
Oh, yeah. Hole 8 would be just a little.
Well, and think about this for a
keystone
second.
shot.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to go practice tonight.
Well, think about for us too playing hole 8.
that's what I'm more worried about.
I mean, I can get a gatekeeper in.
I'm not getting a
Sure.
Vandal all the way out on hole 8. I'm going OB for sure on a Vandal.
It might be more beneficial for you to play short tees when they're shorts available.
So
and
Bobby's
take
going to play
12
short
throws.
tees and take 12 strokes.
That's going to be tough. That's tougher, I think.
All right.
All right, so here it is. Trilogy Challenge, Disc Golf Answer Man.
Good luck.
Bobby gets short tees, 12 strokes. Agreed?
Short tees, 12 strokes.
12 strokes, 6 short tees, blindfolded.
And once during the round, Eric and I each get to say, you don't get to use that shot. You have to throw a different one.
No.
Deal.
These are the rules.
And then
2-1.
all squared up. Eric and Robert. So we'll see. We're going to play. Now, remember, the whole point is just so people can see how they throw and stuff like that. This is not to rat. No, this is the
there goes
brag.
my
This is
other.
No,
idea.
this is 100% for
brag.
pride.
Yes, this is
I was
pride.
going to go.
Do we put
Dimax
anything
some
on the
discs
line?
here in a little
Do we
bit.
put anything on the line? We got to put something on the line.
Heck yeah, we're putting
What
something
are we putting on the line?
What do we always say, Bobby?
Put something on the line.
Dollar, dollar, dollar.
Dollar, dollar, dollar. That's
But $10
Ooh.
Torchy's tacos.
it. Okay.
We have. It took us forever
Think
to do
about
the
it.
other
So
torches.
Torchy
Think about
tacos
it.
just for the back 10, back 9?
We don't have. It's got to be
Winner of the back 9 gets Torchy tacos.
Overall winner just gets $10. We can do whatever.
do it.
We're going to brainstorm on that.
I like dollar, dollar, dollar. That's
What's
good.
dollar? I don't understand what
And
dollar.
then maybe
dollar
we
is.
should do a Dimax to the loser. Has to carry a Dimax that the other two choose.
Yes, this is interesting.
I've already lost the suspect that you got me.
Well, that's
you
fine.
Better replace it immediately.
That doesn't matter because this is.
I'm furious. Spaceman says loser shaves his head.
first and second.
Not bad if Bobby loses.
So how about,
Spaceman, do you watch the show?
Not bad if Eric loses,
Yeah, no
actually.
kidding.
I'm
So-
the only one with it.
So first and second, choose third place's Dimax. And dollar.
Explain dollar.
Dollar on the front nine, dollar on the back nine, dollar overall score.
Yeah.
So if I just
$3?
yeah, you're only going to lose $3. But
See, that's not much on the line.
that's not much on the line. Then you come up with something.
Johnny V says loser has to shave their beard.
That's even worse for you too, because I don't think Eric is like not that big of a loss.
I'll shave it.
Right. And
I planned on shaving it at some point.
I
soon
shaved it
anyway.
on accident the other day. Didn't we
You
talk
did,
about
didn't you?
this?
Yeah, that's right.
Give a crap about that.
I think
only has to rock a mustache.
Dude, I'll go mustache only for like a week.
Yeah, that's fine. 1 week mustaches.
Spaceman, he's trying to help me out. Thank you, Spaceman.
1 week mustache only.
I almost want to throw this to rock a mustache.
My mustache would be terrible. Look like a
It looks
jacked
good.
up caterpillar.
It looks good.
Okay, look, hey, we're going to talk about this offline. We're going to decide on the stakes.
We'll talk about more on the after show. All right, guys, we got to get going on this so we can get with the other show. Thank you, guys. We'll stay tuned. It's going to happen, and we'll let you know what the stakes are for sure. But
did someone say steak?
Okay, we got dogs in here.
We got
Was that food?
See you guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode.